Hello. Gosh, it's been quite a while since I've done one of these videos, and I always seem to pick the best, sunniest type of day to do one. Yeah, here I am, a bit unshowered and sweaty at the moment, but I do like to pick my sort of mornings as the time to do these when I'm just having a little type of reflection or some sort. I've said previously, these are often what I've got in my mind or what I'm thinking about, and it's a way of me vocalizing how I'm feeling to just kind of pull it together and rationalize it. But also hoping that someone can get something out of it as well and understand something. Because I think one of my friends last week said, when are you doing another video? And, even if it reaches out to a couple of people, that's good. I think that's worthwhile, and it helps me as well. So what I wanted to talk about today is friendships, funnily enough, which is not necessarily a feeling, but there's a lot of feeling involved within the idea and the term friendships, I think. And I like to try and take things on a different spin or a different angle, just so, there's just not that definition of friendship. And I haven't got a definition of friendship. I haven't looked up a definition of friendship today, because I think there's many different types. And there's a few that I wanted to talk about. I'm going to start off with, say, your best friends. Your best friends, I believe, well, my best friends, all this is my experience, but my best friends, I would say, are an extension of me and my personality. I have three very solid best friends that I tend to spend. I say spend most of my time with. I wouldn't say that's true, actually. I'd say they're the ones that I know get me and I can call on, and they can call on me, because we do really kind of get each other. And they get the weird things about me, like those sort of when I'm not quite saying something, or when I'm saying something too much, and that they'll be the ones that pull me up. I say almost four best friends now. As bizarre as that sounds, I sound like a child, don't I, in the playground? I've got four best friends. But I truly believe that they're an extension of your own personality. So if you're seeing something in them, good or bad, I truly believe that's within yourself, and maybe kind of use it to reflect back and to understand yourself that little bit more. I think your best friends are they're almost a family almost a family you choose. They're not the blood family. They are your sort of your brothers and sisters, so to speak, without being biological or blood related. And I think they're very important. Every type of friendship is important, and I'm only going to cover a few now. But I think your best friends are truly like the ones that are there for you. Don't get me wrong; they're the ones you probably have the most to moan about and the most understanding, because you know why? Because you know the most about each other, and you care. You truly care. I mean, I've been hurt in the past by a friend, and it was and it's hard sometimes, I think, because you don't realize actually you're upset, and I find I don't really express being upset that well, so I end up kind of being almost talking about it and trying to understand. This was a few years back, but yeah. But that's just something I've learned. But there I am talking about it now, saying I've learned. Another friendship that I'd like to talk about is ex-partners, actually, because I think ex-partners teach you a lot about yourself. There's a lot of lessons involved in being friends with your ex-partner, and if you can have that forgiveness, that energy of forgiveness. So first of all, you would have loved them at some point. You love all your friends, but first of all, you would have loved them at some point, and then you're forgiving them. I know I've often thought that love and forgiveness are the two most powerful forces on this planet. We seem to think there's all these sort of other big energies and anger and stuff which are powerful, but I truly think love and forgiveness is powerful, because you have to overcome all the other emotions to feel and express both of those things. And I think ex-partners as a friendship, I actually think is quite important, because there was a lot of investment within a set of feelings with them. And I think to lose that and to not have that is can be quite sad sometimes. But then we also need time to heal. So But that again, that's just something I've experienced, and that's something I've often sort of stuck to. And some people don't agree with it. Some exes don't agree with some partners that as I currently have. I've been single for a while. Well, so a while, 6-7 months. Yeah. Anyway, so partners don't often like you being friends with ex partners, and I get that because I think people measure themselves up to previous partners and stuff. And one thing I've tried to do is not ask questions about exes and previous partners now, because I think all you're doing is you're measuring yourself up to someone you're not, and you never will be. You will only ever be yourself, and that's important. And then the next type of friendship I wanted to talk about is these temporary friends, maybe the party friends or the friends that have popped into your life. And I truly believe these friends are like soulmates in a way. People think soulmates are like people you settle down with and spend the rest of your life with, but I don't firmly believe that. I think even temporary friends are soulmates, because they go, boom, here's something to learn about yourself. And I've found that I've kind of listened back, even some from like 5-6 years ago, I'm looking at now and going, oh, okay, I get what that was teaching me. I get what I needed to understand about myself. And obviously they have their own journey and they need to understand themselves. And that's what we're all here to do, aren't we? Ultimately, is to understand ourselves and run for a journey and kind of get to the end of it without sort of giving ourselves too much of a hard time. But I think what they do is they're here to teach you a lesson. They're here to teach you a lesson about yourself, a temporary friendship. And I think every lesson is important. Everything in life, there's no such thing as negative and positive, because I think the negative actually is more educational and more and teaches a lot more than some of the positive stuff that goes on. Because what positive things do is just keep us consistent and sometimes stagnant, I suppose, which is never a bad thing. But at the same time, I'm very much a person that likes to learn. I just keep moving forward, and I like to think evolving. Don't get me wrong. There's always that thing as well. I think we give ourselves a hard time if we take a step back. We're like, oh God, this is like I was like 5 years ago. So, well, you know what? That's who we are, and that's a human being. It's not regardless of all the spiritual things I do in the meditation and the sort of channeling and the talking to guides and the psychic mediumship that I do. I think sometimes I do like to just sit there and be like, I'm doing a very much a human being type thing at the moment, and that's who I am, and that's who we all are, and that's okay to do. So then the final friendship, by the way, these are just 3 important friendships that I truly believe, and I've seen, there's a butterfly, that I have seen, and I have kind of recognised as important within my life. And so the final one, and this is what I always preach within these videos, is your friendship with yourself. The most important friendship of them all is your friendship with yourself. Be your own best friend. Love spending time with yourself. Laugh with yourself. Talk to yourself. Write with yourself. Have a drink with yourself. If some people think that's controversial, but I don't think it is. I think it's, if you can enjoy your own company, where's the issue in that? I like to run on my own. But then again, I did go for a run with a friend the other day, and it was, I loved it actually. So always changing, always learning. But yeah, just be your own best friend as well. We are mammals, and we are territorial creatures. We like to have people around, and clans or squads or whatever you want to do, but or teams or whatever. But at the same time, I think all the universe ever wanted you to do is truly believe in yourself, be you, and actually be your own person, really. Because I think with everything going on today, we're looking so outwardly for this, when everything we need is kind of in here. Cheesy as that sounds, but I don't like to say as cheesy as that sounds, because to me it doesn't sound cheesy. To me, it's important, and the right type of people get that. And I know, I call them my soul brothers and sisters. They're the people that get these words that I say and get the way I think and get the way I talk, which I didn't realise anyone did till I started actually meeting those types of people. And those people are very important. So, and they know when you're feeling a certain type of way, and when they're feeling a certain type of way. And that's it, really. So, so that was, it wasn't necessarily a feeling I was feeling. It was more an awareness and a description that I kind of wanted to run through really and kind of vocalize. I feel like I'm not vocalizing anything at the moment. So yeah, I hope this video reaches you well, and I hope you get something out of it, as I do by doing them. So waffling on in.